Hi guys, it's Nancy, and I'm really excited to share with you the May 2023 Glimmer of the Month kit from Spellbinders. This one is going to be a lot of fun for you guys. So I've already foiled out, and I will show you how to hot foil the plates. The sentiments that you're going to get in this set. So it's birthday themed. You are going to get a roll of the confetti glimmer foil, rainbow confetti. It is gorgeous. One of my favorites. And the three sentiments that you're going to get in the regular kit are It's Your Day, Happy Birthday, and Make a Wish. Now you're also going to get these dies, and you're going to see that the dies look a little weird. They only cut out half the sentiment. So we're going to talk about how to use that. And then there is also this balloon die. And the balloon die, you can see here, cuts the top and the bottom, but it leaves the middle intact. So what this kit is designed to be is a shaker kit. It is designed to cut out the bottom and top so you can put the shaker in there. So we're going to do that, but I'm also going to give you some other ideas in case you're not a shaker fan. I like to make some shaker cards, but not all the time. So I have some other ideas here I thought we could use. There's also an add-on with 2 additional sentiments. So if you wanted to add the add-on, the 2 other sentiments are Have a Colorful Day and You Lift Me Up. They also come with those same half sentiments, so they pair well with the kit. So I'm going to show you how to foil one of these. I believe I have a Colorful Day in my Glimmer. If you are new to my channel, I have a ton of videos on hot foiling. You can use these Glimmer plates also in the other hot foiling systems if you don't have the Glimmer. The Glimmer of the Month is a great monthly club. You can sign up as a new customer on the 6th, and if you're an existing club customer, you can add these as of the 1st. And what you want to do is, in the Glimmer system, add your hot foil plate. Now I tape my plates to the system. That's a different video. It just helps everything from moving around on me. Cut some of this beautiful confetti foil. It's lots of fun. And you're going to put the pretty side of the foil down. You'll see that it starts to unroll and stick pretty much right away. Then you're going to put your cardstock on there. And once this says it's ready to go, you're going to push this button, and all this does is it counts down 60 seconds. Once that 60-second countdown is done, you can run it through your die cutting machine. So we're just going to move that aside while that warms up. Now this foil for me, it does tend to over foil. So you may want to have a stiff, this is just a stiff stencil brush. And you'll see I'll knock off some of that extra foil in a second. Now, if you're going to do the shaker card part, there's a couple of things I recommend having. Of course, you could have some of the beautiful Spellbinders sequins or color discs, whatever you have. They work out great. But I also recommend some other things. You can use craft glitter. As you can see here, I have a whole bunch. Different kinds of craft glitter. There are specialty companies. This one is a bunch of little balloons. I don't remember the company I got these from. I'll have to look it up for you, but it's just a bunch of little balloon confetti. I also had, and I can't find them, of course, little sprinkles, and I don't know where I put them. I'll have to find them. But another thing I want to recommend is some of this Mermaid fabric. If you don't have this, you can find some of this at Joann's. Also, Inky Antics carries it. Sometimes it's at Michael's, but look at this Mermaid fabric. This is a wonderful alternative to shaker cards. So I'm going to play with some of these things in these cards today. Our 60 seconds is up, so we're going to bring in our platinum. And all we're going to do is slowly roll this through. Okay, and we want to let this cool down before we reveal it. as I reveal that foil, here's where I have that kind of overfoiling or flaking. So I want you guys to know that is kind of normal for me anyway on this foil. See how close the E is, the F, the D, like there's some flaking on there. All you're going to do is take this stiff brush and you're going to push that. And see how it pushes that foil right out of the way. You don't need to use the sand eraser. I'm just going to take this over my trash can now. And you can see all of that flaking is gone. Now, I did have a scratch in my foil right there, but it looks great, okay? So now let's get to die cutting and look at the different ways. Oh, I also wanted to show you the 3D folder of the month pairs beautifully with this. So let's make that the first way we're going to do this. So let's say, here it is, by the way, the 3D folder of the month for May. This is a limited edition. So once you order these club kits, you get them. If they don't sell out, they'll put them on sale in the public website. However, if they sell out, you won't be able to get it. But this one is balloons and streamers. And you guys, I ink blended it. Look how beautiful this came out. And I thought, wow, I should have hot foiled it. So now that I have some of these hot foiled, let's ink blend it. But this is beautiful folder. You can use it on 6x6, 5x7 cards. This is an A2 size card. And there's a perfect spot in the middle there if you wanted to hot foil or stamp in the middle there. So that is the May 3D embossing folder of the month, which pairs beautifully with the glimmer of the month. So I'm going to move that out of the way for now. We'll come back to it. But let's say we wanted to do, let's use this first one, the Make-A-Wish. And we wanted to do that. Let me find one that's more centered. Okay, so it's your day. I want to run this through my folder, okay? Just trying to move all my little pieces out of the way here. So one of the ways you can do this is just the hot foil it and leave it alone and run it through your embossing folder. Now, I ink blended this after. You could certainly ink blend it before. So let's spray this. I'm just going to use a slightly damp spray on the back. And then I'm going to run it through my platinum machine in the folder. And the sandwich is, we can see through the folder, so I can see exactly where I want my sentiment to show up. And this piece of paper is cut down to 5.5 by 4.25. And I'm framing that sentiment so that it sits pretty perfectly in there. And then we can always cut it down a little bit. Okay. And then the sandwich is platform A base, sandwich with our paper, and then our embossing folder, and then platform D for 3D folder. And that's all we're going to use here. Okay, and you can see how beautifully that embosses that. So the next thing I'm going to do is just do some simple ink blending. And I just have 3 inks that I used here. Pucker Up, Catching Rays, and Cummerbund. These are all from Catherine Pooler. And I'm going to start with Pucker Up. I'm going to go into Catching Rays. I'm going to overlap it a little bit into the pucker up, and it turns into this beautiful kind of orangey color. And the ink does not hurt the foil at all. And then the last color we're going to use is Cummerbund. And you can see it blends beautifully with the yellow to make a green. With the pucker up, it makes a nice lilac. So we very easily get a fun, colorful background, matches that confetti foil. All right, so that is number one, just doing your hot foiling, running it through an embossing folder. I think that's pretty simple, pretty easy to clean up. All right, and then I would obviously cut this down and put that on a card front. So that's number one. I think very easy to do there. Let me move these out of the way. All right, so the next way is let's make some shaker panels here. And to do that, we're going to need to bring back in our die cutting platinum. So let's do the happy birthday with the balloons here. And to do die cutting, we're going to need platform A, platform B, cutting plates C and D, and I am going to grab some washi tape and tape everything together. So we've already hot foiled this. Now you will have to provide your own foam tape and washi tape. That is not included. Or sorry, foam tape and acetate is what I meant to say. So I'm going to start by cutting the two half dies, I'm going to call them, because they don't cut all the way around. And all of the hot foil plates come with these same dies. Okay, now once that's cut, my tape ripped my paper there a little bit. Okay, now there's a couple things you can do from here. You can take your scissors and cut the rest of that out and totally cut the die out if you wanted to. You could cut straight across and make this like a belly band and wrap it around the card. You could definitely do that. But what it's designed to be is a shaker card, and so we would add these other two pieces, and you can see the line coming down. So that line is on the very edge of the die. So you would line the outside of the die with that line, close as you can get it there. And the same thing with this. It's on the outer edge, the cutting line. with this top piece. Again, as close as you're going to get it. You will have to snip a little bit of it. Now you have your shaker window. So this will pop out. We got a little piece there to snip. Okay, and then this one will pop out. Okay, so here, now you can see your shaker window. We would raise this, put acetate on it, and put that on a card front. So, since I already have this one ink blended, look at how pretty that looks. Okay, so let's assemble this. Let me cut another couple of them so that way they're already cut and we can go right to assembly. I'm going to just show you one or two more and then I'm going to pause the video so you guys don't have to watch me cut all of them. So we did happy birthday, it's your day. Okay, let's do make a wish. So again, 3 sentiments. It's your day, happy birthday, and make a wish come with the Glimmer of the Month. And then the 2 add-ons, which are extras, are have a colorful day and you lift me up. So you don't have to just use them for birthday. All right, so this one's make a wish. So again, we're going to line up the half dies, or what I'm calling them. The Glimmer of the Month is great whether you are a novice at hot foiling or you have done a lot of hot foiling. This is a really cool kit for something new for us to try. Even if you're not into shaker cards, I think there's a couple of different things you could use this for, which I will demonstrate for you guys. And it helps you build up your foiling stash, right? So you get a roll of foil every time you do this. Now, you are probably thinking, why wouldn't I cut this out at the same time? Because I want this die to get as close to the line as I can get it. And if that die is in the way, I may not be able to get it that close. I mean, we can try it. I just feel more comfortable doing them one at a time, but we could try it. Oh, my tape's in the way there. Now see on this one, I'm a little too close to the bottom, so it's going to cut the bottom. The string is going to cut that in half. But, all right, I have those super close. Let's see if we can do this. Now see this one, I think I have it too low on the card to do that, so we'll do something else with this. It's too far down on the bottom of the card there. That balloon part would probably not So we'll make this, maybe we'll make this one like into a belly band. I probably should have cut it, or I should have foiled it long ways to make it a belly band. A belly band is just something that pops in the middle of your card and then has these sides that wrap around. But we can glue it on vellum or something like that. And then one more to cut. We're already here. We might as well finish it up. Have a colorful day. That's such a fun saying. Have a colorful day. It's fun. It's like a little bit of a puzzle because you have to look at each die and figure out which one goes where. And again, nothing wrong with just hot foiling these and leaving them alone. You don't have to do the shaker card part. But I do think it was kind of neat of Spellbinders to think outside the box. I was also thinking that this would be like those stand-up cards, you know, where it folds and then that top part sticks up. I've never done one of those, so I can't help you guys with that tutorial. Okay, so let's see how many different ideas I can come up with here to help you guys out. Trying to get the tape off without ripping it. Gotta be patient. I am not patient. You guys know that. I like to make my cards quick and easy and move on. Now see, this one did cut all the way through. All right, so we still have a couple little tiny spots to snip here. Or you can inlay this. Let's say you cut this out of glitter paper and you inlay that in there. That would be really pretty. It's another idea. Have some colored paper here. Hold on. Just did like that. That would be pretty, just leaving that alone like that. Let's make that idea number 2. Okay, let's ink blend these so they are prettier and not so boring looking. And for those of you that don't want to watch the step-by-step, because now I'm imagining this is going to be a longer video than people anticipated, you can tap the right side of the screen 2 times and it will fast forward 10 seconds for you. But I'm here. I've got that creative mojo going. So let's put these together and see how many cards we can end up with this kit. And I love making birthday cards. I make a lot of birthday cards, a lot of thank you cards. So this is pretty fun for me to do something different here. The ink blending is totally optional. You could have totally hot foiled this on colored cardstock instead of white cardstock, but we're already here, so we're going to make this fun. And this ink will dry back and even itself out, so I'm not worried about that. Not worried about my terrible blending skills. And again, you can blend right over the ink, or the foil. The ink will not hurt the foil at all. This is such fun, pretty foil. It just screams, let's have a party. Party time. Okay. Alrighty then. Now, if you got ink on your foil, just take a dry cloth, wipe that off. It'll come right out of the way. Maybe we do that one on this. Is that too much blue? That's way too much blue. Okay, we're going to stay with our rainbow shaker here. I feel like I lose my embossing folder by doing it that way. Well, we do and we don't. We do though. Okay, so what if we just left it alone? Oh no, that's way too boring. We cannot have boring cards. We'll come back to that. So that's number 1. That looks good. We're not going to mess with that. We might cut that down. All right. I have decided we are going to stop procrastinating and make a shaker out of here. Now, you can just buy acetate to make these into shaker cards. In fact, I have Spellbinders acetate. Let's use it. Ooh, vellum mirror card. Whoops, bumped the camera. Here we go. This is called Glimmer Specialty Clear Film Sheets. I have not used this yet. I was going to test it on the Glimmer. It does come with a piece of tissue paper behind it. Does not look like it has a protective film on it. Wow, this stuff is kind of thick. Yeah, it says heat-resistant clear film for hot foil projects, cards, and more. Can handle inks, cuts cleanly, and is archival. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's cut this bad boy down. I'm going to cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4. It does cut cleanly. Probably want to use glue so that there's more of a permanent adhesion. And because I have it cut down, it will fit. All right, So that part is done. Let's attach this part to the card base. Now on here, you're going to need foam tape, and you're going to need to block off those areas where you can see the openings, because otherwise your sequins are going to go flying. So okay, so you can see how I have that weld off. Then we're just going to build up the edges. This is where you have to have patience with building a shaker card, because if you don't have the patience, then it's not so fun to put together. So some little darts in there for our balloon. I know it looks like a hot mess. It's okay. It'll be all right. And I am using the new Spellbinder scissors, and they are non-stick, so that helps tremendously. Okay. Foam tape everywhere, but this is weld off and this is weld off. Now I'm not going to put any small seed beads in here. If you're going to put small seed beads and things like that, then you may want to double up on your foam tape. This one we're going to make pretty easy. Alright, so we got foam tape everywhere. Now another trick is to use your anti-static tool. If you are concerned with things like sticking to the side of your tape, use your anti-static tool to help protect that little inside well there. And then this is the scary, daunting part, is taking all of this off. And you'll notice my card panel is the same size as my base, so that when I go to dump everything, when I go to attach, everything is going to fit. Okay? And you may want to double it up if you're using like super big sequins or something extra thick. I wish I knew. I had these little packs of, they look like sprinkles, little jimmies. I don't know what I did with them. I can't find them. But we're just going to use some star glitter in this one. Now, if there are any openings in your wells, keep in mind that any glitter or small beads that you put in there will pop out. So you don't want to give this card to someone and then it's leaking glitter all over them. They will never want a shaker card again. So take your time. Make sure that you're closing that little opening, the well, up pretty easily. Or pretty thoroughly, I should say. I want to know in the comments, are you a shaker card person? I don't like to make shaker cards. Again, just because they're time consuming. But I do think they look amazing. And if you are someone who likes to take the time to do all of this, I think that they're great. But I want to know, are you somebody who enjoys making shaker cards? Or are you like me and just want to be fast and foil it and move on? But I do think this is going to be really cool. This is going to be worth it. All right, so now I have my card. I have my top. I'm going to use some star glitter. This is from Michaels. Bling Strass, it's called. And you want to be careful to just keep it in that area. Way too much. That area. Otherwise, it's going to cover up. Stick on your foam tape there. Which is what I don't want to happen. I overloaded. Oh my gosh. This card's overloading. Way too much. Way too much. Mayday, mayday. That's what I should have done. Don't dump it in there. You guys are all laughing at me at home. I can hear you. Okay, now I'm going to take my card. Make sure everything is right side up. The last thing you want to do is assemble this upside down. And I can line up the corners, the sides, the bases. I always make mine the same size for that reason. Okay. Here we go. Wow. There's a lot of sparkle in that card. And then, I should have done that ahead of time, but you could stamp or stencil on here. See, I lost my background. I knew I was going to lose it, but that is the idea of this kit. Oh, that is super fun, though. Okay, so I like that one. This one, we're just going to glue on. This would probably be the way that I would do it. Just hot foil it. Put it through the embossing folder, ink blend it. This is probably the way that I'm going to use this kit. Add some sequins to this. And then we can call this one done. So there's number 1. There's number 2. This is getting to be way too long. So we're going to cut to the chase with number 3 here. How we're going to do this one is we're going to use the fabric. So you saw how to do the shaker card. You get that. So let me show you how to use the fabric. The fabric is pretty much the same thing. Oh, this rainbow fabric is perfect for this. So we're going to cut a piece of this and then we're going to glue this to the card. So you don't have to mess with sequins or anything like that. All right, so for this, I like to use a super strong adhesive, preferably red line tape. I can't find that right now, so let's just move on here. I have a top folding card. All you're going to do is tape this to the fabric and tape the fabric to the card. So much easier and still just as fun as a shaker card. So we don't need a whole bunch of this. Now, keep in mind which way you want your sequins to go. I can cut my fabric this way, but then I have to move the sequins right to left. And I think for this look, we want the sequins to go up and down. And we want to make sure that we have enough to tape around our fabric here. And these are the new bigger scissors from Spellbinders. Very easy to cut through that. Yeah, you're going to have some little sequin pieces that are going to fall off as you're cutting this. So there is a little bit of a mess there to clean up, but it's pretty easy to clean up. All right, now I do need to make this a little thinner. So we're going to thin out the edges. Cut off some of those frayed edges. Don't want any of those in the way. Now, make sure you double check your size because you don't want to cut it too thin and then it doesn't stretch across. So we are okay here. I'm going to cut a little bit off of this side so we don't have those stray strings hanging out. And then a tiny bit off of the bottom. Put all of that inside a shaker card. Vacuum. We need a vacuum. Aisle 1 vacuum. Okay, here we go. This is so much easier and just as fun as a shaker card. All right. So this would be fun if you foiled this on mirror card and then layered this on there. That looks pretty cool, right? All right, so how do we make this happen? So put this on your shaker card front first. So I'm using this Tombow Extreme because it is very super strong, but you can use, I like red line tape. That really holds fabric well. And again, we are going to put this on every piece that is exposed. We don't want this moving at all. Okay, then we want to make sure our sequins are facing in the right direction. And we are going to cover that up. And I have a little bit on the bottom here we're going to cut off again. Make sure you don't cut your card, just the fabric. Just so it's not sticking out. Okay. And then from here, you can either add liquid glue or you can add tape. But just make sure the liquid glue is not where someone's touching it. Make sure that liquid glue is on the back of the actual paper part of the card because you don't want those sequins to get glued down. And you can also use foam tape, again, because this is going to have some dimension to it because of that fabric being under there. So I think I am going to add the foam tape. And you want to be very, very generous with the foam tape. You can see I have it so that it's on the edge. So not only is it holding my fabric, it's holding the card. It's kind of doing double duty here where it's going to give us some dimension, but it's also holding that fabric a little bit better onto the card there. I like this foam tape. It's pretty strong. And usually that red line comes out usually pretty easily. You just got to be able to grab a corner. That's why I use my little pokey tool. Now remember, it's trying to release from the fabric, so you're just going to have to hold that until you get that corner lifted. That's why I said red liner tape is better, red line tape. Because that stuff will never let go. It's like Gorilla Tape. And I'm sorry this video is a longer video, but I got so excited with all of these ideas on using this set, I had to share with you guys. And again, this is the May 2023 Glimmer of the Month kit. And I have the May 2023 3D embossing folder and the add-ons. And the Glimmer of the Month is a monthly kit you can sign up for. If you are a new subscriber, you will have to wait until the 6th of the month. If you are an existing club member, you can add it as of the 1st, I believe. Once it sells out, it sells out. You will not be able to get it again. The Glimmer of the Month is always going to give you some hot foil plates. Usually, most of the time, you will also get some kind of dies to cut them out. And you will always get a brand new roll of Glimmer Hot foil. So it's great to build up your stash. It's great whether you are a beginner or someone who's been doing it a while. And so here are the couple of ideas that I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy them. So the basic one is, hey, I just want to foil it and move on. You could certainly just do that. You know, you could just foil it, leave it alone, not do anything, just attach it to a card. The second way is attaching it, foiling it, and then running it through an embossing folder. So we can do that. We have the shaker card, which it's meant to be. Do not add as much as I did on your shaker, but I think that still looks pretty cool. And then the last way is just not even to use shaker material, but to use this Mermaid sequins fun fabric here to have that. So a couple of different ways to go here. I'm sure you guys can think of some more. Again, another one I had was just to cut this out, make it like a belly band. So this would wrap around, attach it to some vellum. Of course, you could cut the sentiment out too if you just wanted to use it as a regular sentiment. But I can now wrap this around the front of a card. Like I said, as a and do it as a belly band. Or say, hey, I really just want this to be a sentiment that is very easy to cut out and make it a sentiment, because your dies cut out most of it, so you can do that too. So a number of different options with this kit. Again, the 3 original sentiments that you're going to get in the Glimmer of the Month is It's Your Day, Happy Birthday, Make a Wish. Those are the 3 you're definitely going to get. You're going to get those half dies to cut them out. You're going to get the balloon die to make the shaker card, and you're going to get the roll of the confetti foil. So that automatically comes in the kit. If you want to add the add-ons, they are an additional charge, but the 2 that you would get is called You Lift Me Up and Have a Colorful Day. I think they round this off beautifully, so you don't just have to use it for a birthday, but you can use it for an uplifting card with that balloon. So wonderful, wonderful. I definitely enjoy it. Don't forget the 3D Glimmer of the 3D embossing folder of the month is this beautiful set of balloons and streamers. Lots of fun for celebration. Great for May. Especially graduations coming up and things like that. And there you go. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Again, comment down below and let me know, are you a shaker card person or not? And let me know, which of the 3 would you do? Will you just do the regular Glimmer and move on with your life? Will you make the shaker card? Kudos to you. Or will you try the Mermaid fabric? Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on foiling. Bye!